Welcome back to another Dog Attack Alerts. I am Tim Watson here to shine the light on this worthless dog culture. This is episode 31, Whiny Wednesday. It's called It's Simplistic. Dog lovers are crazy. And the reason why I chose a shark picture out of all things that I could choose from is because there's this evil representation regarding sharks. In the cartoons, in the movies, sharks are portrayed as the scary, horror. They're just out there to attack anything that moves. When in reality, that's not the case. In reality, when you watch various nature shows with sharks or pictures like this, we always see sharks swimming peacefully. They're swimming peacefully around the other fish, around the scuba divers, and whatnot. But when we have dogs, they're attacking anything that moves. Whether it's these backyard animals, livestock, cats, other dogs, children. They attack their owners' children. They're attacking delivery personnel. They're attacking everything. They even attack objects. There's a video out there of dogs, ripping a car apart, ripping a pool apart, ripping fences apart. But then we have sharks who are not trained by people. They're still able to peacefully swim in their territory without just mauling every fish just because they're there. But when it comes to dogs, it is the complete opposite. But yet sharks are given this image of that they're bloodthirsty, that they're out to maul you to death, which it has happened, but not as much compared to dog attacks. And these are the same dogs that these dog lovers will say are man's best friend. They will say these dogs are sons and daughters. Dogs love you unconditionally. But yet these same dogs are mauling people left to right. But we don't see that with sharks. They're not mauling every fish. They're not attacking and mauling every other shark they see. I'm sure it does happen occasionally, but it's not every single time. When you compare it to dogs, it's nearly every single time. And you're probably going to say, oh, it's because we're on land and dogs are on land, so we're most likely going to be attacked more. Then if we're most likely to be attacked more with dogs on land, then you're just saying that we should not be owning them. That they don't belong in our society since they're going to be attacking us so often. Even after we feed them and show them love, they still attack. They still attack the same owner that loves them, that has fed them. They still attack shelter workers. They still attack those that have adopted or fostered them. They still attack. These dogs don't know that you're an owner. These dogs don't know that you love them and all that other garbage. If that was the case, why do they attack so often? But sharks, they're given this horrible image. Like Jaws. I think when Jaws first came out, man, it had this very negative perception of sharks. I think many people, developed this phobia for sharks, and many people still do. But I think it's rash. I think it makes sense to be afraid of sharks, and I'm not saying that they're harmless. But when you're gonna compare them to the dogs, sharks are not that bad. Sharks have a horrible image about them. Because now when you look at dogs, they're just savages compared to sharks. And I dislike how they will call pit bulls, land sharks. I think that's disrespectful to sharks because sharks don't just attack left to right. Maybe they do occasionally, but it's not like everyday thing. It's not so common thing. It's so rare. But then you want to compare these worthless mutts who have, I guess the advantage. They have, a human, a human giving them food and love and all that stuff, but yet they still attack. How is that even possible? Where natural animals out there have no connection to people, have never met people, don't interact with people, they are less likely to attack. Not saying they won't, ever won't, but they're less likely. And their attacks are probably less severe. But dogs, they'll eat your face off. They'll eat your face off. I was in Walmart. I don't really go that often, but I was there. And again, like I always say, there's always some dog nuttery stuff going on, man. Like anywhere. Like I'm not. Most times, I'm not even looking for it, and it's always there in your face. And and during sometimes in the Walmart, they go on the PA advertising, stuff, and then they advertised. They had a dog advertisement, stating for dog. They mentioned dog parents. I didn't hear the rest of it because it was just I was starstruck. But they were like attention dog parents. They literally did that. I've never heard, other than on YouTube and social media, people using the term dog parents. But they use dog parents in my town, in my Walmart. I've been to this Walmart so many times, but it's like they use dog parents on the PA system. Damn, man, I'm telling you. We are in a dog nutter society. It is a dog nutter society. Out to brainwash and to condition and to keep people asleep. And, under this dog culture spell. They're like dog parents. Attention, all dog parents. Like, what the hell? So one thing I usually do when I'm driving home or whatever, and I'm planning on making a video, I always practice on what I'm going to say or how I'm going to say it. And sometimes I say it so good, and then when I finally record it, I miss some stuff. I don't sound as well as I did when I practiced. I don't know, I just had the thought of just kind of practicing while recording it. And I think it turned out pretty good. So instead of me just talking in live time, real time right now, we're going to listen to a recording of what I had recorded. And it's just what the title says, Dog lovers are crazy. It's simplistic. Dog lovers are crazy. And they are. Sometimes crazy can be used as a term to say, oh, this guy is great. Like, if you're good at basketball, they'd be like, this guy's crazy. If you're good at something, oh, this guy's crazy good, or things like that. But no, this crazy is like, dog lovers are mentally ill. They have mental disorder. Their brains are mushy. They have damaged brains. They're just so stupid. That is the crazy that I'm talking about. But anyway, we're going to have a listen to what I said. It's about 7 minutes long, but nevertheless, here we go. Welcome back to another Dog Attack Alerts. I'm Tim Watson. This is a Whiny Wednesday where I'm going to be whining and complaining about this despicable dog culture. The title of this is called very simplistic. It's very simplistic. Dog lovers are crazy. And they are in various aspects. It's not just, they own dogs and they're crazy. There's so much things wrong. And it's just so crazy that these stutters would continue to own these dogs. And not only that, they will lie. They will lie. Not to protect themselves or others. They will lie to protect these dogs. These dog lovers are crazy because they, for the rest of their lives, they'll be picking up dog poop. They pick up dog poop. I've seen them. They walk, with dog poop. They walk with dog poop. They pick it up and they walk with it. And yes, they may dispose it in general garbage. Maybe sometimes they probably do it in the recycling, in compost. Sometimes, we've seen them hanging it on fences. They leave these bags all over the place. Nevertheless, they are contaminating something. Just dog poop alone is so destructive. Just by them, just the way they discard it, it's still contamination. It's contamination. Their dog lovers are crazy because they get their own children killed. I'm not making this up. I'm not doing anything. I'm not. They do. No babies killed. Bring the baby in the house with a dog, or they bring the dog with the house with the child, and the child dies. Little boy, girl who just wants to play. Who just wants to play and have fun. Is killed by a dog, and now she cannot play. What? The dog lovers don't care for the victim. They care for the dog. They're going to say things like the victim triggered it, blame the owner's at fault. Oh, this crazy talk. That's what they do. Now they're crazy because government, law enforcement, celebs, social media, it promotes, supports, it helps lie, it helps deceive, it helps hide things, the truth about these dogs. And for what? For what? Because they're crazy. Dogs are crazy because I think, theoretically, that this dog culture is just a mental illness. Just another mental disorder. I'm not a whole expert on it, but I think there's some psychiatric problems that these dog lovers go through. And they think and they're being told that dogs will make them feel better. But if that was the case, then why are children getting killed and mauled by these dogs? It's counterproductive. Anything else that is harming someone would easily be, eliminated or taken off the shelf. But dogs, they remain. If it's always about, animals all have their different personalities. Sometimes dog lovers say that. So why doesn't everyone just own a tiger? Everyone just own a lion. Everyone own a gorilla. And use the same rhetoric. Blame the owner. Then they're going to say, they can't be domesticated. But same with dogs, because they're still attacking and hurting people. They're still hurting their own owners. Hands that feed them. So it's like, why is one thing okay and the other thing isn't? Dog lovers are crazy because they will abuse other animals and then call themselves animal lovers. Dog lovers are crazy because they abuse other animals, call themselves animal lovers, then use dogs to help them abuse other natural animals. Things like rodeos. They harm horses, sheep, goats, you name it, are harmed. And they're accompanied by their dogs. Dogs get a free pass. You can hurt any other animal, but you can't hurt a dog. You have corporations supporting rodeos. Well, dogs get a free pass. What up, Michael Vick? Vick was hated, to this day, hated and all that stuff. But is it really any difference between what Michael did and rodeos? Rodeos are funded by these corporations, promoted, supported, and they're hurting, harming, killing natural animals for entertainment. Like, is there really that much of a difference? But why do these rodeos get a pass? But people who do these dog fightings, that dogs want to fight, where they want to fight, they are persecuted, they're hated. The dog lover is a crazy society. It's a really culture that is about dog. It's only about worshiping a protected dog. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Anyways, I gotta go. Yeah. Yeah, pretty sums up a lot, But there's in Canada, there's a stampede, rodeo stampede. Again, this is where they get to abuse natural animals: horses, goats, cows, sheep, pigs, things like that. Probably more than that. And when they're doing so, their sidekicks, aka the dogs, are right there, right beside them, right behind them, right in front of them. And these dogs are terrorizing these, animals before and after they're abused. And like, where is the public regarding these things? Why are rodeos allowed to exist? If this was some type of rodeo where dogs are being tied up and etc., there would be an outcry, and there has been. What about Yolan the dog meat festival? Apparently, I don't know. I'm not sure if it still goes on. There might have been like a protest about it, where dog nuts from the West, didn't like other countries eating dog meat. So I don't know, I guess they wrote a petition or something, and it may have stopped or slowed down, maybe, yes or no, I don't know. But they didn't like that. But yet, in our own countries out in the so-called West, we're abusing natural animals. For what? For money and gain, and they're eating meat for money and gain. But yet they have a problem with that, and they don't see anything wrong with this. And it's because we're living in a dog nut society. It's not about right or wrong or just double standards or equality. What it's about is dog culture, worshiping the dog. That's what it's about. Why do you think Michael Vick got in trouble? Because it's about worshiping the dog. But yet these corporations and events are allowed to abuse natural animals. And apparently in some of these farms or whatever, we have inspectors and, they make sure animals aren't abused. Maybe not. But yet they allow this? Why not dogs? Why can't people with dogs that are bred to fight, why can't they just allow them to fight? They want to fight anyways. They're going to fight anyways. They do it. You don't have to tell them to do it. They're just going to do it. But yet that is illegal, even though it's wired in their brains to fight. That's illegal. But horses, pigs, cows, sheep, probably chicken, and probably way more animals, they're allowed to be slaughtered and hurt and abused. These so-called animal lovers, they're not animal lovers. They're dog nutters. They're dog lovers. They only care about dogs. Maybe they are animal lovers, or they care about all the other animals. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to a sheep or a dog, they're going to save the dog. When it comes down to a lion or a dog, they're going to save the dog. Comes down to a bird or a dog, they're going to save the dog. Animals are just second thought. Not even second thought, man. You're just there for being there. But at the end of the day, they're dog nutters, and they're going to abuse other natural animals just to satisfy their dogs and themselves. Because this dog culture, it is crazy. It's crazy. Dog lovers are crazy people, man. They will hurt other animals, but then keep dogs safe. Anyone that hurts a dog from miles away, they're going to get upset. They're going to send death threats to you. But meanwhile, we have organizations like this, not just in Calgary. I believe this may happen in like Memphis, places like Texas, all over, where there's abusing natural animals like this. And look at the sponsors. This is for the sponsors of the Calgary Stampede. We have BMO, the bank BMO, Nutrin. Oh, Freedom Mobile. Uh-oh. They support this. Hey, that's not good. Animax, Rocky Mountain Equipment, WestJet, Coca-Cola. I think they've been a long time supporter of abusing animals. Play Alberta, Safeway, Jack Daniels, Monster Energy. City of Calgary promotes this because they're all dog nutters. The government of Alberta supports this because they're all dog nutters. Willing to watch other animals suffer for entertainment. But when it's dogs suffering and whatnot for entertainment, they're going to be like, no, we can't allow dogs. And they may not even use dogs. They'll probably say, we can't allow animals to be abused. We can't allow that to happen. Don't allow animals. What they mean is don't allow dogs. But they might use the term animals. Meanwhile, cows, bulls, pigs, you name it, are getting abused and they don't say anything. Probably some people are saying something. But at the end of the day, these things have been going on for many, many years. Let it be about dogs being, abused for this type of entertainment. That thing will get shut down immediately. You will see a bunch of dog nutters protesting in front of these venues. It's not about dog lovers. It's not about other natural animals. It's just about dogs. The same worthless mutts that kill your babies and children. This is what it's about. They say like cats are black cats are bad luck. I've never seen a cat just maul a person by eating its face. Never seen a cat just savage an infant. Never seen it. Never seen a black cat, be annoying or whatever. Never seen it. Never heard of it. Never seen it. So the some stupid superstition. What I like to call is stupid stitions. That's all they are, just stupid. Black cats are bad luck or unlucky. Meanwhile, you have dogs where people are seeing their man's best friend and you're getting mauled to death by them. They're mauling your own babies, but yet you want to say cats are bad luck? But look at these dogs. Look at the track record. Every day around the world, they're attacking someone. They're even attacking other worthless mutts, cats, livestock. They're being used for rodeos. But yet you want to say cats are bad luck and sharks are, then you want to demonize sharks. Meanwhile, you have dogs that you're saying are your best friend that you're saving and rescuing. These are the same so-called animals that are mauling the owners, that are mauling these foster parents, these foster dog nutters, that are mauling people that just adopt them. They're mauling shelter workers, and you want to say cats are bad luck. Black cats are bad luck. All the other stupid stitions, when you do this, it's a little bit of bad luck. But what about dogs? They can ruin your whole entire life. They ruin your life. Look at Dog Free on Reddit. So many people complaining how dogs are ruining their life. I'm not saying cats are perfect and not saying that they've never ruined someone's life doing something. Maybe it has happened, but it's so rare. It's so minimal. When you go to dog free, other anti-pitbull sites or whatever forums, they complain how this dog is attacking, this dog is ruining my life, this dog is ruining my relationship, this dog is attacking my kid. We see this every day. People are complaining about dogs every day. And then they're lying about it, creating excuses about it. So how? I'm answering my own question. But I'm venting, I'm whining. I get it. I know we're worshiping dogs. They are worshiping dogs. But how can we demonize sharks? How can we abuse other natural animals at these rodeos? How can we have all these stupid stitions about cats being bad luck? And then go around and say dogs are man's best friend. Dogs love unconditionally. Dogs are loyal. When we've seen the track record of these dogs killing their owners, the hands that feed them, shelter workers that are feeding them, people that take care of them, they're killing and attacking them. I get it, but I always like to vent and rant about it. It is a dog nutter society, and that goes back to these dog lovers. Dog nutters, dog owner, the dog industry, they are crazy. And not in the this guy's so cool crazy way. No, they're crazy as in they're mentally ill, they're sick. But who can they go to when we're living in such a pro-dog society when therapists are dog nutters? Therapists are pit tards. The police, law enforcement are dog nutters. Who can you go to? You can't really go to anyone. You go to anyone saying, hey, I have a fear of dogs. I hate dogs. Dogs are ruining my life. I want to get rid of dogs. They'll just make fun of you. They'll probably send death threats. You go see a therapist. They probably send death threats after you mention, hey, I want to give away my dog because it's ruining my life. They probably just send you some death threats. Instead of sending a bill, they're gonna send you death threats. They're gonna insult you. They're gonna shun you. They probably won't even want to see you again. Just because you want to abandon a dog or get rid of a dog. Dog lovers are crazy people, man. Not even to call them crazy. Even to call them people. They're crazy, man. There's a lot of bad things going on. A lot of, drugs and, people speeding and doing all the other reckless things. And the general public, no doubt, will say something against it. But when it comes to dogs, it's like no one says it in a I hate dogs type of way. Many people who are aware that dogs are just worthless and dangerous, they'll say, hey, gotta manage your dog and things like that. But they say it in such a nice way, in such ways that are like, they beat around the bush. You have dog nutters, that are anti-pitbull, but it's like you're part of the problem. You may be a dog lover that is anti-pitbull, but you are still part of the problem. And that's why we are in such a society that's so full of crazy dog nutters, dog lovers. Like you may not own a pit bull, but you still own a dog. You're still crazy. You're not as crazy as a pit bull nutter, but you're still crazy. We have dog lovers, sleeping in the same bed. They're sleeping in the same bed as these dogs. The same bed as these dogs. And they enjoy it. They enjoy it. And here are some more other like sponsors of this abusive event. And all these are sponsoring the abuse of natural animals. Meanwhile, the dog, gets to live like a king or queen. Makes no sense whatsoever. Dogs are the worst. But dog lovers are just crazy. Yeah, so I was wondering like why sharks don't attack a lot of the fish that swim around them, and some of the answers here. There's some of the answers that I got. Some of the surrounding fish that allow sharks have symbiotic relationships with the shark and remove parasites from their skins, so sharks know not to eat those. But in dog culture, man, you feed this thing, you do all these things for it, but yet it still attacks you. Not saying sharks never ever ate one of these fish. Probably has happened. But you look at the track record of these dog attacks. It's like every day around the world. Unprovoked. A child, a baby, a 1-year-old. And then you get the same excuses, the same crazy talking points. And then what do? They continue to promote these things. Dog lovers are crazy. Oh, man. Yeah, there's a picture of sharks swimming around fish. And usually these sharks don't eat them all. Like they don't go on killing sprees. Here's a picture of one of the world's ugliest ugliest dogs ever. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. That's it. I'm not even gonna stand that long. But that's one ugly dog. In the news, dog walker bitten on the job can't sue because she owned the pet at the time. Ontario's highest court's rules. Ontario's highest court has ruled a part-time dog walker who's bitten on the job cannot sue her clients for damages because under provincial law, she's considered to have been the owner of the worthless mutt at the time. She was bitten as she tried to put rubber... These dog lovers are crazy. They're just crazy. So it's basically trying to put like shoes on the worthless mutt. And she was bitten. See... no one knows what these things are thinking. No one can control these things. A lot of dog lovers think just because, these things are listening to you, you're feeding it, and you can rub them and give them kisses and grope them. You think you control them. You think you control them. But look at this case. She thought she can put these stupid things on the thing. But in the end, she's bitten just for doing that. And a lot of these dog nuts, specifically the ones that don't own dogs, that will dog sit or, look after dogs, and you get attacked and you die, you deserved it. When I was 5, 6 years old, I already knew dogs were worthless. Maybe not worthless per se, but I knew to stay away from dogs. Hey, I've stayed away from dogs, and look where I am. And a lot of you owners who own dogs and want to be around dogs, most of you are dead. Most of them are dead. Most of them are in the hospital, no limbs. All because you couldn't stay away from a worthless mutt. But anyways, this person wanted to sue, but couldn't sue because apparently she was the owner at the time. But you know, dog walkers, if you get bitten, you don't deserve a single cent. If you adopt a dog, willfully adopt a dog without some kind of gun being at your head, and that thing decides to attack you, you don't deserve one red cent. If you adopt a dog and that dog hurts one of your children or someone else in the neighborhood, then you need to pay them. If you think you can bring in these things into the neighborhood, and if you can do that, that means if anything happens, you can fork over a lot of money to these victims. But obviously, when you know things happen, these dog lovers, they are going to bolt it. They're gonna run like they never ran before. I've watched and observed dog nutters when they're walking their dog. I observe them, watch them, and they will like stop for minutes, minutes, probably hours along the way, but and just wait for their dog to stop smelling an area. The dog will smell an area for minutes. Will just stand there just smelling an area for minutes. That, like, serious, I'm not making this up. And the dog owner, usually sometimes they have they're carrying a bag of shit with them, a bag of dog shit, and they're gonna stand there and wait for their dog to stop smelling an area. Sometimes 2 to 3 minutes. Then they're gonna walk maybe 50, 30 meters, and the dog's gonna stop again. Then they're gonna do it again. But it's funny how soon as, you know, attack happens, these dog nuts, they will sprint. Maybe not in this area per se, but in articles that I read, they're gonna sprint away. They're running. They're gone. Like they've never walked before. In India, I believe this is India. It's caught in camera. I'm not gonna show it. A child is attacked and was dragged by a group of stray dogs for over 30 meters. Sent to the hospital with injuries on his back and thighs. Stray dogs that are owned, doesn't matter. As long as these dogs are in your society, in near you, man, there's going to be problems. Doesn't matter if they're stray or not, owned or not, trained by the best dog trainers or not. Look at Caesar Milan's dog, one of the so-called greatest dog trainers of all time, But yet his dog attacked and killed someone, or killed another dog. Well, I think it attacked someone, and also it may have killed some other dog. So not even the so-called best dog trainer, the dog god, can prevent dog attacks. And I'm pretty sure his dogs, attack from now and then off screen. Like when the camera's rolling, when the camera's rolling, it probably takes like a numerous tries to make sure the dog behave the way that he wants them to behave. They may be looking one way and in one shot, so he'll say, cut, we got to do that again. And they force the dog to look the other way. The dog may attack or do something, and they shoot that, they edit it out. Same with the dogs that he trains. It's all fake. It's all edited. It's all edited. Because again, dog lover is such a lie. It's such a manipulative, crazy culture. In California, a woman lost tons of blood, suffered more than 150 injuries in attack by multiple stray dogs. So even stray dogs in America are attacking people. They do it in India, whether they're owned or not, still attacking people. This happened in April 23rd, attacked by roughly over 9 stray dogs. They just attacked her. We don't see squirrels ganging up or raccoons ganging up. I don't even think foxes, they could gang up and they wouldn't do this. This is only exclusive to dogs. Dogs, as in the domesticated dog that is attacking, ganging up on how old is she? Might have been in her 70s. But nevertheless, attacking an elderly woman. Even if she wasn't elderly, even if she was a young man. That's uncalled for. It's not necessary, but this only happens with dog culture. And as crazy as these dog lovers are, they'll continue to want to own more dogs and love dogs and be dog nutters. That's just the reality of it. They put neighborhoods in danger. That's crazy. If any like crazy man or drunk man is wandering around with a chainsaw, the neighborhood would be scared. They'd be calling police about this guy. Calling police. Because most people, they don't, even dog owners, they don't want to live in danger. But yet they get these dogs and they put everyone else in danger. If these owners can't prevent these dogs from attacking, who's gonna prevent it? Like, who's gonna prevent it? If these owners can't prevent dog attacks, like, what the hell am I gonna do? What the hell is a child gonna do? What the hell is a middle-aged man gonna do? When these things want to attack and kill you, they're gonna attack and kill you. We've seen grown men get brutalized by one bully breed. Women brutalized by these dogs. Children, babies. We've not actually seen the children babies, but I've seen clips of men getting brutalized, of women getting brutalized. It is not a good sight, man. I only watch like little bits of it because it's just it's a lot. And that's why a lot of these dog nuts when you see them on the news, they look the way they do because what they see is just this. It's brutal. No one, even as crazy as dog nuts are, they don't want to see that. It's like when, when many of these people go to war, they see shit. Excuse my language, but they see shit. They see shit, and it. Excuse my language, but it fricks up their minds of the things they may have done or the things they've seen. And when someone, especially dog nuts, are watching the dog they raised from a puppy attack and brutalize someone, even for dog nutters, they feel it. Maybe not all of them, but some of them, they feel it. You see them on news, they feel it. But again, they don't care that it's about the victim, though. They care to the fact that this dog was capable of actually doing so, and that this dog is now going to get put down. That's what they care about. Because dog nutters, they only care about dogs. Because they're crazy. They only care about dogs. Dogs. Can't have any kind of negative image about dogs. Well, you can have any negative image about sharks and cats and horses and things like that. But dogs always have to be seen as these perfect angels when in fact they're more like the devil. When in fact they are bad, they're bloodthirsty, they're disgusting, and they come with disgusting, stupid dog owners too. I'm leaving it at that. Yeah, we'll leave it there. That's me whining on a Whiny Wednesday, episode 31. It's simplistic. Dog lovers are crazy. They really are, man. They are crazy. But anyway, this is another Worthless Mutts. I am Tim Watson, and please remember it is okay to hate dogs.
It's Okay to Hate Dogs Productions. See you later. Doggy Hater.